Dumelang, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a guest. So I asked her to join me so that we can talk about friendship. Why is it about friendship? So I just wanted us to share our experience so far. What has been working for us? What did we have to change? Funny story, I remember after we became friends, I just came from a traumatic experience, friendship heartbreak. Guys, like heartbreak, yeah. It's worse than yadi partners.
I agree, yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'm okay. I don't need friends anymore. I don't want friends. I'm not going to open up myself. And she was there listening to me. So just introduce yourself and tell us, how did it feel for you when I was like,
Hi everyone, my name is Tabea. I am Oshjori's sister. And yeah, I came here as a sister, so I'll stay there. So I think one thing about Joey in the beginning of our friendship was that she was very adamant about reminding us, or me, that she's got a husband. And therefore she low-key doesn't need me, maybe, I don't know. But it's only after telling her about how it makes me feel that she started realizing that she needs to heal from her past traumas and hurts so that she can open up herself to me. And I was Tabea, a clean slate. I didn't know what happened to her, so I was worthy for her to start afresh with me. And I think that's where we hit it off, where she had to let go of the past so that she could be reintroduced to the new, and I'm still here.
Yes, and it's so sad that we don't even know our friendship anniversary because of how we started. So we don't know when we started. So as I turning 5, I know you've been there before us.
Yes.
So maybe we are around 6-7 years.
Yeah, around 7 years. 7 years is because Oki was still also young, and Tiamu was even more of a baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 7 years is fair enough.
Okay, so do you celebrate your friendship anniversary, or you are not even aware when you met your friend or the story behind it? I remember that because I just recently came from a friendship heartbreak. I was not willing to open myself again. I felt like, you know what, I don't want to be disappointed again. And maybe I need to redefine how I connect with people. Because the thing about me, when I love, especially when it comes to friends.
Yes,
I realized that about me, that when it comes to friends, I get in too deep. When it came to the opposite relationship, I am able to hold off. I'm able to use my mind. I was that friend who say, "I watanya chomi, even if don't you love yourself?" But I see that a lot of us, the more we grow up, our friendship changes. I remember there was a season where me and you were seeing each other so much.
Yes.
Like today, I think this is the first time
in 2023 when we've seen each other face to face. Yes.
Yo.
Like sitting like this.
This is bad. We used to see guys like almost the whole day.
I used to even sleep over. So,
but because now the season in which you are in, I understand that you can't sleep over. She's newlywed, but so I think sometimes as friends we are unable to understand that we are in different journeys. What has been your experience, even if it's not related to me?
It's true. I think with anything and everything has its seasons. I mean, we look at nature, it's got 4 seasons, and the same happens. And funny enough, I've got a small gift I did for you. She didn't know about this. I wrote her a letter, and I said to her, may our friendship continue to flourish in all seasons, in summer, in winter, and in the in-between, because I know that seasons come. It's not always going to be summer. I think we are in the autumn and the winter season of our friendship, and I was reflecting last night to say, you know what, even in these moments, I need to still make an effort to show up, to send that text, even though it's not the way it was before, when it was summer and bright, energetic, consistently coming up, showing up. But we need to honor the seasons that we're in and still believe that the foundation that we started off on is strong enough to carry us through even the dry seasons.
Yeah.
So I think we need to honor that. Things change.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It doesn't mean okay. But we need to honor the seasons that we are and we are in, and that way the relationship can become longer.
Yes, and I remember something, I think we once spoke about it, where I said to you that even if it means you will be far away from me, I want it for you. As much as I want you to be close to me, it was nice that we can see each other every day, but I want you to be happy and I want you to be successful, even if it means like physically you are pulling away from me. And I feel like as friends, we need to get to that stage. Let's talk about something. Nalena, we love talking about deep things, which is one thing that I appreciate. Sometimes in friendship, there will be jealousy.
Of course.
And I've realized that most of the time we don't want to talk about that. That sometimes I will look at you and feel like, her life is going so well. What about me? And it doesn't mean that I wish you ill will.
Of course.
It's just that I'm looking at your situation and looking at me. And one thing that I love about us, we are able to talk about those things. Like we will have those conversations where I say, when I saw you, I was happy for you. But there was that small voice that was like, what about me?
That's true.
So what has helped us to be able to have those hard conversations?
I think, to be honest, what has helped us is your own value of integrity. You are able to be honest to that degree that even when it makes us uncomfortable, you are honest, and I appreciate that, because when that honesty comes very naturally and quickly for you, it makes it easier for me to then ride on that wave. But I think being able to just be honest also to myself and say, when I are doing well with social media, and then I've got lots of posts but few followers, and sometimes I just feel like maybe I'm not doing enough, or I saw you were with other people, you've got new friends, and I'm feeling like I'm not part of the crew anymore. That's how I'm feeling right now. And those things were important for me, because I realized that the more I don't talk about it, the more the thoughts and the assumptions keep growing in my mind, and that pulls me away from you. And we would even have moments where spiritually we are feeling disconnected. I would feel like something is not happening. It's like we're fighting in the spirit, but we're not fighting. Until I confess how I've been feeling, then she will be like, I've also been feeling whatever. I haven't been sure. So talking about it, guys, even when it's afraid, having those difficult conversations has helped us to confront this demon.
Because it's there. Because it does happen. As we are talking about it, I remember you telling me about this picture that you saw me with other people, and you were like, as much as I'm happy for you, but I'm feeling a bit like left out, like where's my place? And because we couldn't meet at that time. And I appreciated that, and I was able to come back and say, you know what, your place is here. And someone might think that people are just being too needy. Why must I reassure you? But I believe that in relationships, you need to compromise, and you need to meet each other somewhere. So if you are saying to me that I feel a bit off about you, I need to listen to you, even if it's not easy. And thank you for sharing that. I think for me, I come from a family where me and my mom, we will talk about anything. So it's normal for me to talk about anything. Like, I will tell my mom that I don't like the way you spoke to me. You hurt me. And she will tell me that, I don't like, Ceci, the way you answered me. And we will apologize. Then life goes on. So I think when I get into relationships, even friendships, I'm expecting that. I'm expecting that level of honesty, which is sometimes unfair on other people, because we don't come from the same background.
I wasn't raised like that. It was the total opposite. I couldn't tell my mom how I feel, how I really feel. I only started knowing how to do that as an adult. And I think that's why I'm saying being with you has taught me to be honest and have honest and hard conversations. And hence I'm saying, even when you are not sure how the other person will receive it, rather put it on the table and then take it from there, than to pretend that like nothing is happening, because that is going to keep growing and it's going to mess up what could have potentially been a lifetime friendship.
Yeah, and I think I want us to talk about how sometimes as friends, because you want to start things together. Like me and you, like we have similar values, we have similar interests. So it's very easy to feel like, no, why don't we start a business together? Why don't we start this thing together? And sometimes things don't work out. Then for other people, it's like the end of the friendship. We have gone through where we started things, and we will be able to have that conversation. No, I don't think. Mara, it's painful when you are.
It's not easy.
Because it's like you want to build with your friends.
Absolutely.
It's nice when you are building with the people that you love and you can grow with. So when we were going through those things,
no, of course it's not easy, because in the back of your mind you also want to tap into your friend's success. You want to be a part of that picture, because you understand that whatever we're doing now, it's starting small, but it's going to grow and become big, and you want to be there when it's big. But you also then understand that at the end of the day, there's a God that we believe in who's bigger than our own plans.
Yes.
And sometimes friendships are not supposed to be having those things. Not every friendship will result into a business and a tangible this and that. And it's okay. It's not God's will for us. Perhaps what we are breeding is helping to breed the purposes behind the vision that God has placed upon our lives. We come together so that hurriedly together we are refreshed, we get ideas so that you can go and feed your vision. I go feed mine. And for now, that's how God sees it fit for us. And if it's supposed to happen, it will happen.
I love that answer, and I completely agree with you. And I think me and you not being in business together, it has actually helped. Absolutely. Because I'm able to come and vent and say, yo, I'm so tired, and we can talk about it. Then I can go back and continue to serve in the way I'm supposed to. I think one of the things I've realized with friendships is because sometimes we forget the impact it has on our kids. Because as you say, Ogi was a baby when we started to be friends. Then Tiamo, then Asa is worse. You were here from when I was pregnant until I gave birth. I remember the first few months of Asa's life, you were going with me to the clinic. Every time I went for immunizations, you were there. Even for her first birthday, we were at Spare
together.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very sad that sometimes when friendships ends for whatever reasons, we never really consider the kids' feelings. We don't come back and say, yo, these people, we are no longer together. I remember with me and my late mom, she had this best friend, like they were very tight. We were like one family, one Sunday will eat, the other friend will cook, the other one, it will be my mom, like they will rotate. Then they had this huge fight and everything ended, but no one bothered to explain to us. And when you were asking questions, it was like, I was irritated. Why are you asking questions? It's other things. So how are you making sure now that you are protecting your child somehow, even though it's limited, because we can't control what happens to our friendship. Like now, Kia knows me as Auntie Joey, like but then when God forbid it won't happen, I'm not saying it, let's continue.
Well, I think my son is now a teen, and I think we can have deeper conversations. And where I am in the stage of my life is making him realize that at the core of what we're supposed to be doing as people is loving each other in the manner that gives glory to God, not how the world says we must love. So nothing is ever wasted. Should God forbid anything happen, I would still go to my son and explain to him, but I wouldn't want him now, I must protect him in case. I don't believe in that. For the season that we are in, I'm supposed to love you unreservedly, and that includes my child and my future children. Should something happen, well, it happened. But life is about taking a risk, guys. And if you really, really love someone, you need to love without reservation, love without expectation. And if kuzophela, makuphela ukuthi uJoy will know that this girl loved me at every bit. And there's nothing ekipli losing except gain, rather. So I can't say you must safeguard unless you feel that in the inside of you believe Gucci, this relationship is not safe.
It's shaking, yeah.
Then rather deal with that and confront that instead of forcing to continue with something that you yourself can already feel and sense that something is not right.
No, I love that. And I think, especially now with social media, that is why I wanted us to have this conversation, because I see a lot of people talking about how they don't have friends and they don't want friends, or people will be talking about how, you know, this thing, yeah, don't say anything, don't talk about it, don't post it, don't share it. I just feel like there is a spirit of fear and secrecy, and we feel like it's a good thing, but that is not how we were wired. God did not conceive us and design us to be alone, you know. So there is a need to have, there is a space for friends, there is a space for family, and we should never be afraid. I love what you said, that when you love someone, you have to take the risk.
Absolutely.
As long as it's not toxic, guys.
Yes.
We are not advocating for toxic
I'm
things.
not talking about that.
But even if you love each other, we do hate each other.
We do.
You know, sometimes we are not even aware that, no, actually what I did, it was hurting, or until we talk and you say, Joey, I don't like how you said what. Then I say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But the only way for us is by taking that chance. And I'm very happy I took that chance.
Same here.
Yeah, because
yeah,
if I had stayed in the way I was feeling, that I don't want to have any more friends, I wouldn't have experienced you. And I know that I've gained so much since the time I have known you. Like, but she speaks my love language.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
This is my love language.
Exactly. So which is nice, and it makes it so much easier for us. I want us to talk about how sometimes in friendship she's a life coach. You can check her out on Instagram, amongst other things that she does. So you were doing a series about growth.
Yes.
And one of the things we were talking about it even offline. You know, sometimes in friendship, what happens when one of the friends is growing, but the other one is like, their things are not coming together, or they are stuck. And I remember on our journey, one of the things that I loved about you, you used to say that when I was still doing Be Accentuated, especially the ladies event, you say, if I have to save you, I'll find a way to save you. If it means I must take care of your kids for that day so that you can show up, I'm going to make sure I do it, and without feeling like I'm less than or there is something wrong. So I just want us to talk about that, because the reality is that sometimes as friends, as much as we want it, we won't be on the same level. So how do we navigate that?
That's a tough one, because it first starts with self.
Yeah.
You need to confront your own insecurities, because we all have them.
Yeah.
I think I met Joey, and she's older than me, of course, and she's more established, you know. She's basically living the life I've always wanted for myself.
Yeah.
Because in double story, guys, it's a fact. And here I am meeting this lady who, her dream is very tangible. She can see it, she can touch it, and mine is not yet.
Yeah.
So I had to start dealing with issues of self, my insecurities, my fears, because these things, they get triggered again.
Yeah, they do.
So I had to first deal Tabea and confront that, and then slowly but surely start talking to Joey about them, because she's growing at a different pace, because if I don't same leveling, right? But yeah, it starts with confronting myself and the insecurities, and then taking the conversation to the next level. You know what, I've got this struggle, and that's why I struggle to help you with this or whatever. And sometimes to overcome things is to put yourself in that situation where to be humble, I need to serve you. So I had to learn how to be humble by literally going to the level of servanthood. Sure. That was the only way to overcome the pride. And that's why I ended up having a saying that says, I have nothing to lose except my pride, which is not worth keeping. And that's how I keep standing by you as I watch you shine. And most of the time, I'm the lady behind the scenes, the cheerleader. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That takes a lot. That takes a lot. And I don't think only in friendships, but also in marriage, at the workplace, because most of us, we have been taught to be number one, to be the leader. I remember growing up, I used to declare that I'm the first and not the last. But as I grew up, I was okay with being, because you understand and you reframe things. But it really takes a lot to be in the background and to not be in the background being resentful, but actually celebrating and content. And I know there are people who are like born naturals and background people. Auskomunze is one of the people who will say that, nah, I'm that person who's behind the scenes, and she loves this and she thrives in that role. I think for me, as you said, that you are younger than me, and a lot of people who are around me, they're younger than me. And I spoke about it that for me, I believe that my success, it should actually serve as a foundation for the next one. So whatever resources, whatever success I have, I am one person who believes that I can share it with others. And I think it's so important to have that understanding. And also one of the things I had to accept is that, like at 39, I'm turning 40. The things that next year, the things that you are going to do when you are 40 will be more than the things that I've done. And it doesn't threaten me. It actually makes me glad, because that is why I believe Mudimu made sure that I was there before, so that I can pave the way and make you see that double story as the next. Thank you so much for watching until so far. What is your takeaway? Are you open to friendships? How are you navigating it? If you live at a part 2, you must let me know, so that way we can meet again. Yeah. Thank you.